Hey YouTube, it's Dawson Rider here with a review of S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Wizard Flame Dragon. Let's go ahead and just jump right in with the packaging, because this time, yet again, I don't have any random things to say. So, pretty cool packaging, I think. It's kind of a mix between old-style gray Figuarts packaging and some Wizard stuff. It's a bit thicker because it comes with the Tamashii stage, but it's you got like the gray surrounding it, but you got a picture of Flame Dragon right here. His jewel, this cool sort of dragon effect around here, kind of wrapped in a jewel. So, pretty cool box. Some nice details there. You got the jewel on the side here. It says his name. On the top, his name. And on the back, it shows some stuff you can do with the figure, as per usual. So, anyway, overall, just pretty neat. Not a whole lot to go over. As for what the dude comes with, he's got quite a few sets of hands. You do have the typical fist hands, which you get with him when, that sounded wrong, which you get with him when he's out of the box. So I already replaced those, obviously. You get some sort of just relaxed, I'm wizard and elegant hands. This one has the driver on ring on. I have the flame dragon ring one on him. You've got a holding a weapon hand. This is the one with the flame dragon on it. I have the one with a driver on ring on it already. Some sort of more actiony hands. As you can see, each one has a ring on it. The rings look really big on the closed fist hands, but look a little bit more normal on the regular hands. I mean, granted they're big already, but still. And then you get some just kind of, this isn't natural pose hand. So yeah, you get quite a nice variety. Here's a hand for holding things more tailored towards the gun. The one I have right now is tailored towards the sword, obviously. Speaking of, that's a great segue. Here's the sword. Wow, this is a great segue. Look at this sword. Look at this horse. Isn't this a great horse? Anyway, this is the sword gun, but in gun mode. Same one you get with Flame Dragon. As you can see the little red piece here. Very nicely detailed. They do a great job on it. I think the hand looks really nice. It opens up here. Get the clear part there. The sort of shiny silver plastic really does a good job. You also got the sword, obviously, which I'll just show when I pick up the figure. You get an alternate driver for when you're casting spells on the other side that you can switch out. Very nicely detailed. You even got a little bit of clear plastic there, which is a nice detail. And then you get this dragon head piece, so you can place it on his chest, which is his gimmick, which is very similar to the WAP figures, which I'll be comparing to shortly here, but very nicely detailed. You have a nice jewel up here. The eyes are nice, like compound jewel effects, so very well done. We'll be showing that off shortly here. I'll just go ahead and take it out of his hand and get it out of the way. Here's the sword. Pretty much the same as the gun, you just got this extra length here, that's what she said. And that opens up. And so yeah, very nicely detailed. They did a very nice job on the weapons, I have to say. And then, while he's napping, just to get it out of the way, the Tamashii stands. This one comes with it. You've got the Wizard Dragon attack ring. I think this is this Counter-Strike ring. Counter-Strike? That's not even right. That's a game. Anyway, symbol up here with the flames. And it says Kamen Rider Wizard Flame Dragon. So it's neat looking. If you watch my reviews, you know I don't like Tamashii stands. I mean, they do have cool designs. And then here's the one that comes with a special promotion. You got a Wizard driver here, and it says Kamen Rider Wizard. The way you could do this, at least where I got it, which was on AmiAmi, is that they put up a bunch of listings for Wizard Dragon, and each one will say with such Tamashii stage. So mine was like Kamen Rider Wizard Dragon with Wizard stage, and there was like with Fives, with whoever. So I chose Wizards, even though I'm already getting one for this one, because I knew I wasn't going to use it, and pairing Wizard stand with Wizard made sense in my mind. And so I never used the stages anyway, so I don't know if they stock all the listings or if the promotions like that anymore, but it depended on what you chose, what you got. Anyhow, let's go ahead and take a look at the figure, starting with the head sculpt. The head sculpt is pretty solidly done, I have to say. The compound effect on his face is really well done. They did a great job on it. It's got this great jeweled look. The paint looks good. The proportions are kind of here and there. I think the head does look fairly nice proportion-wise most of the time. With the neck a little bit, it can look a little strange. Like right now, I think he looks normal, but sometimes I'll get him in a pose, and his head will kind of be too much. I don't know. There's some slight proportion problems, but it's real nitpicky. But overall, the head sculpt is nicely done. You have nice details like the jewel there and whatnot. Here on his chest, also nicely done, some nice compound jewel effects. The dragon sort of look to him. Some nice jewel effects here on his shoulder. You can see some nice patterns around here. Some nice detail here. The red plastic does look pretty nice. The plastic or the suit on the dragons does look a little strange because it's so this. I'm trying to think of a word for it. Like it's so much of the same color as opposed to like breaking it apart. But they did a pretty decent job of getting the color right. This driver's pretty much the same one I already showed you before. Here's a skirt piece, which is a little bit less poofy than the regular Wizard Flame style poofy skirt. I mean, you don't get the swappable pieces, but these do move out so you can leave them for articulation. And it's not quite as poofy as regular Wizards. It's still a little strange, but it's fine. The material does leave some leeway. Over here on the side, you do get his little ring selection here. You can see Flame, Water, Hurricane, Land, and then a variety of random spell rings. They just look like James's bottle caps. And he was pointing at you. That's rude. And then the back, there's really nothing spectacular going on. Articulation-wise, you have your 360 ball joint here, swiveling here at the arm, double elbow joint, swiveling here at the wrist. You get swiveling articulation and, wow, at the waist and chest. That is a problem I have with him. He's always coming apart. The last one, his driver, would always come apart, and this one would always come apart. So he's got full range of movement, so much so that he can just separate himself. As you already saw when I was messing around with this, some nice head and neck articulation. A little bit of a loose joint there, which is annoying. 360 leg articulation here on a ball joint, swiveling, double knee joint, swiveling here at the foot. Whoops, moved the whole thing. And then you got your toe action joint here. So pretty standard, same wizard mold. That's right, it was like mold, like fungus. Anyway, so if you watched my wizard figure art review, you know, the flame style one, you knew I had some problems with it. And this guy has improved a little bit since flame style, but he still has some problems. I think he overall does look fine, but he does have just a few little nitpicks. Like I said, with his head, it can look weird in some positions. I have sort of a loose head joint, which is annoying. And his legs, while they aren't loose, like if I do this, I do feel a slight looseness when I move them around, like they could become problematic, which is a little bit annoying. His skirt piece probably could use a little bit of tweaking, but that's really the only things that are really complaint-worthy that I can think of. He does look a lot better posture-wise, like I had a problem with Wizard Flame where he kind of looked always hunched over. Damn it, stop breaking apart. That's another nitpick, as my joint here is really loose. And he will constantly fall apart when I'm trying to pose him. But anyway, they fixed the posture problem other than him decapitating himself at the waist. But yeah, like I said, Wizard always looked weird and hunched over. And at least he looks like he's standing up straight. And his head does look a little bit better, like Wizard's head look always squished down. He does still have some slight problems in certain poses. But it's like they fixed it a little bit. Like they fixed it 25%. They didn't quite fix him all the way. He does kind of still have large feet. Anyhow, you can switch... Wait, actually, let me do this first. I was trying to decide what to do first. Here, I'm going to quickly compare him to the WAP Flame Dragon figure first on his own. So let me get him to stand. Here's the figure art, obviously. And here is the WAP figure. Roughly the same height. As you can see, there's quite a detail difference. This certainly isn't a terrible figure. What's funny is this review actually hasn't gone up on my channel yet. He has a Drago timer. He doesn't. But the detail difference is quite a lot. Just zoom in here. You can see the nice jeweled head, not a jeweled head. Detail-wise, he looks better. The skirt actually kind of looks better on this dude, on this one. And obviously the articulation is better. So in this case, I would say this one's better. I thought that the WAP for Flame Style looked better, and I loved the light up effect and the effect it gave him. But I would say overall this is the better figure despite its problems. There is kind of an issue with that, which I'll get into momentarily. But anyway, so as you saw, there's a dragon piece to switch out. And just to compare it, here's the one for the WAP. Obviously, great detail difference there. The WAPs are certainly not terrible figures, and they're actually been pretty good these last... Well, I guess this year they've been pretty good compared to previous years. So as opposed to the WAP, which just has little pegs on him, this guy you're going to actually have to pull out his chest piece. So I find it easy to get my fingernails here and just pull it out, and then this basically will replace it. So I'm going to pull his ears up so I can get a better angle. So So basically you do this, make sure it's on the other side, and there you have that, and you can open up his mouth, and he's like, "Brrr, I do dragon stuffs." So that looks pretty cool, I have to say, and it's really nice that they included it. Since that was the WAP Figures gimmick, I almost half expected these originally to, like, they release a dragon effect part set or something to, but I'm really glad that they included it, so it is a lot better. So anyway, here's sort of the problem. Here, I'm going to go ahead and put the WAP one on. Is that you basically get the same gimmick as the WAP, right? So you'd think, I'll just get the figure art because they're a little bit, just a smidge more expensive and they look better. The problem is that all of the Dragon style WAP figures are available for retail, whereas Flame style or Flame Dragon is the only one retail. The other three are exclusive, which means they're more expensive. So that kind of leaves a weird dilemma for me when recommending it, because if it was just solely based off these figures, in this case I would recommend this one because it is a little bit better than Flame Styles with the problems it had. It's better articulated, the details are a little bit better, just an overall nicer looking figure, and it's not that much more money for a higher class figure. But if you're wanting to have all the dragons for your collection and do the all dragon formation and have all these effects, then this is much more cost effective. So I'm assuming these will be relatively the same in terms of figure, with the figure art. So if you are willing to spend the money, if you want the absolute best quality, I know they're exclusive, but I would recommend going for this. But cost effective wise, if the dragon thing's really important to you, I would go for this one. These, just because they're not terrible looking and you get all the dragon pieces. But if you don't really care about the dragons and you just really care about the figure, I would just go for this one. So, I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling because like I said, it's a hard dilemma because you do have a higher quality figure here, but you have an overall more cost-effective way to get everything on this side. But the bottom line is, for this figure, he's a better figure. Not one of my favorites. I still think the Wizard figures have some problems, and I wish that they would get some of their QC issues under control and just do a better job on the current Rider figures. But he is a little bit better than Flame Style, so if you're looking for a good representation of him, I can recommend him over this one in terms of wanting the best representation of just Flame Dragon. He's a little bit better of a figure, and I do enjoy him. So anyway, that's about it. Sorry for the ramble. Like I said, it's just kind of a difficult situation there. And so until next time, make sure you check out Riders, Rangers, and Rambles for the Toku Crazy podcast stuff. And I'm just going to go. Signing out, Ryder Dawson.